morning. My name is Congressman Charlie Gonzalez. I have the great privilege of representing the 20th Congressional District in which you find yourselves. It's been a great honor. There's been a tremendous amount of work done. Many things have been accomplished. But the truth is, right now, I don't know if people are in the mood to hear too much about what's been done, if in fact they're not enjoying the benefits or taking advantage of the opportunities. So that's what we're doing here this morning. I want to thank everyone that is here this morning that's going to participate, as well as everybody that's out in the hall taking care of their own individual information tables that have been set up. Please take advantage of all that. In a minute, we're going to have someone that's going to present some very specific information about what is available to you. I'm going to start off real quick with, and I'm going to try to be as brief as possible because I really want to get into what Mike's going to say. This is a quote all of y'all have heard sometime in your lives, but I think that we need to continue to talk about what someone said many, many years ago, which has been more relevant in today's times than maybe even back then. The willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how they perceive the veterans of earlier wars who were treated and appreciated by their nation. And you would think, well, that could be JFK, it could be Ronald Reagan, it could be... It's George Washington, right? George Washington. Now, sometimes we have forgotten that. It's not just a debt that we owe to our veterans for what they've done, but because they basically have sacrificed so much that a nation has to be appreciative. One, it's the fair and just thing to do for someone that has earned any benefit that's out there. But the other is, it's an investment in our future as a country, in the security of this nation. Why would anyone want to enlist? Why would anybody want to put on uniform if you who had done that before them wasn't appreciated and wasn't acknowledged by fair and just treatment by their government and their people? So that's what we have at stake. What has transpired in the past few years, I hope that you noticed that certain things have happened. There's been a 60% increase in the VA medical care funding just in the past 3 to 4 years. In the past 3 years, Congress has exceeded the funding that previously was had in the previous 12 years. We did in 3 years what people did over 12 years. We've increased VA healthcare eligibility. You know how we now are emphasizing care for traumatic brain injuries, mental health, because things change. As wars change, injuries change, attention changes. We have the post 9/11 GI Bill of Rights. I think many of you may be very familiar with that. That has expanded the benefits that are available to a veteran that wants to pursue an education, and that actually will now benefit their children and their spouses. We know that caregivers to veterans need special training, special acknowledgement, and we want to encourage that. What is transpiring right behind us at Audie Murphy is extraordinary with the Poly Trauma Center. Now, I'm telling you all the things that Congress is doing, and it's going to cost money, so when you hear people about government spending, and even the stimulus funds, because many of the stimulus funds are right there at Audie Murphy, you need to understand that those are investments in our country and investments in our veterans. And that's a reasonable investment. Is it an expenditure? Of course it is. But it is an investment that pays great, great returns to this great nation of ours. So I can tell you all these things, but what would it matter if, one, you did not know what was available to you? Because we just assume you're separating from active duty, you're just going to know all these things. That's not the way the world works. So you need to be informed of what is available, and it's my duty, my obligation, responsibility to spread that news, and that's what we're doing here today. Now, I cannot do that adequately because I'm not an expert in many of these, in what truly is available to you in the way of the different programs and such. So today, though, that we're very lucky, we have here today Mike, is it Walljasper?
Right.
Mike Walljasper, Veteran Service Representative, Department of Veterans Affairs, Veterans Benefits Administration. He is retired Air Force, so all you Army guys, Navy guys, and Marines, will you just keep it down? And he has worked with the Department of Veterans Affairs for 4 years. What Mike's going to do, he's going to outline and give you more information that is more specific as to what is available, and then after Mike finishes, we'll go ahead and entertain some questions and answers. And I'm going to let Mike come up at this time, but I think we should all greet him with a good round of applause for his participation.
If anybody can't hear me as I speak, let me know and I'll use this microphone, but I prefer not to. So, everybody hear me in the back? Thank you, Congressman Gonzalez, and thank you for having us out today. And on behalf of the VA, thank you for your service. And to our veterans, I express that. And also to the family members, I express it. You know, the sacrifices of the family member, the spouse, the children, things like that. So we're going to go over some benefits today.